What's going on, comic book fans? This is a review for Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. Now, I'm going to start with what I didn't like in the movie, and then I'll go into what I really like, what I loved about it. So, first things first, what I didn't like about it was I didn't like how they had made it Doomsday, because he did look like he didn't look like Doomsday. He looked like Abomination from the Hulk. Doomsday's supposed to have all these spikes, and he's just nasty being. This was I didn't like how they did Doomsday, but I like that they try to mutate him a little bit, but it didn't get to the full mutation of how he's supposed to look like in the comics. Another thing that I didn't like was Lex Luthor's portrayal of. I didn't like how Jesse Eisenberg portrayed Lex Luthor. He reminded me more of a Riddler type character, more of like a. He was all quirky and whatnot. I thought he was more. He would have been a great Riddler, but if they would have gotten the Lex Luthor from Smallville, that would have been badass, because I think he's the best Lex Luthor. That would have been owned, man. He would have owned that world. But I gave it a chance, but I didn't like it. So, but I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I didn't like it, but I'll take it. When I was watching it, I was like, I don't like it, but I'm gonna take it. Fuck it. So anyways, that's good. That's the only two things I didn't like. Everything else, I loved it. I loved it, man. I loved how dark it was. This movie made me feel like I was reading a comic book. Like, sometimes when I pick up a comic, like I buy a new comic and I'm reading it, and sometimes I can't put it down. That's what this movie felt like to me. Like, honestly, like, it felt like I was turning the pages, reading, and I could not put it down. I could not put it down. And it was badass. Batman was badass. I love the armor suit. He was totally destroyed the Man of Steel in this movie. I don't want to give too much away to you guys what happens at the end, so I'm not going to talk about what the ending or nothing of that. I don't want to spoil anything too much, but I enjoyed how dark it was. I loved it. This movie is for comic book fans. If you loved Man of Steel, go see this. Like, I highly recommend it. You loved Man of Steel, or even if you didn't really love Man of Steel, if you just liked it, go check it out. Screw what the critics say. This movie was off the damn chain. I want to go see it again, actually. I want to go see, because the first time was taking it all in. I only seen it one time, but I was taking it all in. And so I want to see it again. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. This is not Marvel. This is not a Marvel movie. This is a DC movie. Yes, it's going to be dark, and I love that. I love that. I take it, man. I take it, because that's how the comics are, man. You read the Batman comics, some of the Superman comics. I have a Superman comic of Doomsday, and it's the mutation is, like I said before, it's a dark mutation, and this is a mutation in the comic that I have, mutates inside Superman. So imagine that on the screen, So I love this movie, man. Just go check it out. I mean, go watch it with an open mind. And decide for yourself, guys. Decide for yourself. You need to be your own judge. Sometimes people tell me, oh, this metal album sucked, and then I go pick it up, I'm like, what are they talking about? I love this album. I love this album. So, go check it out with open mind, and you guys decide for yourself. You can decide for yourself, man. Another thing I was going to say, one of my little cousins went to go see this movie, and he's about 4 years old. His mom doesn't speak English, and she didn't look at the rating. of this movie, and she took her child to go see this movie, and he was freaked out. Yeah, he's gonna be freaked out. The kid is 4 years old. That's like saying, "Hey, I'm gonna take my child on Splash Mountain that's 4 years old," and it's like, no, you don't do that. That's why they have the height at Disneyland. They have the height recommendation that you can go on to go see that, go into that ride. That's something that you don't do. And I'm not gonna take my child to go see Batman v Superman, and I know it has scary imagery, scary scenes, scary situations. I'm not gonna go take them to see that. I'm gonna go take them to see, Lego Batman or something like that, or Angry Birds that's coming up in May. That's what you go take them to go see. So, parents, check the rating for this movie. If your child is old enough, then you can go watch it. Go watch it. But if he's 4, 5 years old, 3 years old, no, this movie's not for kids. Parents automatically think just because Superman is in this movie, they automatically think, oh, it's for kids. No, it's not. No, it's not. Some of the comics are really dark. They're not for kids, man. They're not for kids. This is not, like I said before, this is not Marvel. That's super fun and it's lighthearted and all that, because it's Disney. It's not. I guess kids can go watch. They can go see Iron Man. They can go see Cap. You can go see Ant-Man. Not DC, man. But overall, I give this movie a 9 out of 10. I loved it, and I'm not giving it a full 10 just because I didn't like Jesse Eisenberg's portrayal of Lex Luthor, and I did not like the mutation of Doomsday. So, but everything else, I loved it. I loved it. Go check it out, guys. I hope you enjoy it. Be a judge for yourself. Again, check the ratings. Catch you in the next one. Stay nerdy.